Have you ever had a gut feeling about something? A quiet nudge that seemed to come from nowhere, guiding you to make a choice or avoid a situation. That's your intuition at work, a powerful, often overlooked tool that can lead you through life's uncertainties. Today, we're diving deep into unlocking your intuition and learning how to trust your inner voice. This isn't about mystical powers or vague hunches. It's about tapping into a natural, innate ability we all have to navigate decisions, relationships, and personal growth with clarity and confidence. Let's start with what intuition actually is. At its core, intuition is your subconscious mind processing information faster than your conscious mind can keep up. It's like an internal compass, pulling from your experiences, emotions, and even subtle cues in your environment to guide you. Think of it as your brain's way of saying, "I've seen this before, and here's what I think." It's not always loud or obvious. It might show up as a feeling in your body, a fleeting thought, or even a dream. But when you learn to listen, it can be a game changer. So why does intuition matter? In a world full of data, advice, and endless choices, your intuition acts like a filter. It helps you cut through the noise and align with what feels true to you. Whether it's deciding on a career move, sensing if someone's trustworthy, or knowing when to take a leap of faith, your inner voice can guide you when logic alone isn't enough. Studies like those from the field of neuroscience show that our brains are wired to make quick, intuitive judgments, often with surprising accuracy. For example, research from the University of Iowa found that people could sense patterns in complex situations before they could consciously explain them. That's intuition in action. But here's the catch. Most of us have been taught to ignore our intuition. We're told to think logically or stick to the facts. Society often dismisses gut feelings as unreliable, especially when they don't align with what's expected. Yet some of the most successful people, think of entrepreneurs like Oprah Winfrey or Steve Jobs, have credited their intuition for major decisions. They didn't just rely on data, they trusted their inner sense of what was right. So how do we reconnect with this powerful tool? Let's explore some practical steps to unlock and strengthen your intuition. First, create space for stillness. Your intuition thrives in quiet moments. In our fast-paced lives, we're constantly bombarded with notifications, to-do lists, and external opinions. This noise drowns out your inner voice. To hear it, you need to slow down. Try setting aside 5 or 10 minutes a day for mindfulness practices like meditation or deep breathing. You don't need to be an expert. Just sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Notice any thoughts or sensations without judging them. Over time, this practice helps you tune in to subtle signals from your subconscious. Journaling is another powerful way to connect with your intuition. Write freely about a decision you're facing or a situation that's weighing on you. Don't overthink it. Just let the words flow. You might be surprised at the insights that emerge. For example, ask yourself, what does my gut say about this? And write down the first thing that comes to mind. This process helps you bypass your analytical brain and tap into deeper feelings. A 2018 study in the journal Frontiers in Psychology found that expressive writing can enhance self-awareness, which is key to recognizing intuitive signals. Next, pay attention to your body. Your intuition often speaks through physical sensations, a tightness in your chest, a flutter in your stomach, or a sense of calm. These are clues. For instance, have you ever met someone and felt an instant sense of unease, even if they seemed perfectly nice? That's your body picking up on subtle cues your conscious mind might miss. To practice this, start noticing how your body reacts in different situations. Before making a decision, pause and check in. Does this choice feel expansive or constricting? Light or heavy? Your body is like a tuning fork for your intuition. Another key to unlocking your intuition is learning to trust it even when it doesn't make immediate sense. This can be hard, especially if you're used to overanalyzing. Start small. The next time you have a hunch, say taking a different route home or reaching out to a friend, follow it and see what happens. Keep a mental note of the outcome. Over time, you'll build confidence in your inner voice. A great example comes from author Malcolm Gladwell's book, Blink, where he describes how art experts could instantly spot a fake statue, even when all the data suggested it was real. Their intuition, honed by years of experience, was spot on. Now let's talk about sharpening your intuition. Like any skill, it gets stronger with practice. One way to do this is by engaging in creative activities. Painting, writing, dancing, or even cooking without a recipe forces you to rely on instinct rather than rules. These activities quiet the logical mind and let your intuition take the lead. Another method is to play intuition games. For example, try guessing who's calling before you check your phone, or predict how a situation might unfold. These small exercises train your brain to trust those quick, instinctive insights. It's also important to clear out mental clutter that blocks your intuition. Negative self-talk, fear of failure, or constantly seeking external validation can muddy the waters. If you're always second-guessing yourself, your inner voice gets drowned out. Practice self-compassion instead. Remind yourself that it's okay to make mistakes. The more you trust yourself, the clearer your intuition becomes. A 2020 study in the Journal of Positive Psychology found that self-compassion is linked to better decision-making, partly because it reduces anxiety and frees up mental space for intuitive insights. Let's address a common misconception. Intuition isn't about ignoring logic. It's about blending your inner wisdom with rational thought. Think of it as a partnership. For example, if you're choosing between two job offers, use your logical mind to weigh the pros and cons, salary, benefits, location. Then check in with your intuition. How does each option feel? Does one excite you more, even if it's less practical? Intuition can guide you when logic alone leaves you stuck. Albert Einstein himself said, "The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. Don't let the servant run the show." Relationships are another area where intuition shines. Your inner voice can help you navigate trust, boundaries, and compatibility. Have you ever ignored a red flag in a friendship or partnership only to regret it later? That's your intuition trying to protect you. To strengthen this, practice observing people without judgment. Notice their energy, body language, or the vibe of a conversation. Over time, you'll get better at sensing who aligns with your values and who doesn't. This isn't about being paranoid. It's about trusting yourself to discern what's healthy for you. What about when your intuition feels off? It's not infallible. Sometimes fear or past trauma can disguise itself as intuition, leading you astray. The key is to distinguish between the two. Fear often feels urgent, panicky, or tied to a specific outcome, like "I'll fail if I try this." Intuition, on the other hand, feels calmer, like a quiet knowing. If you're unsure, ask yourself, is this coming from a place of fear or clarity? Journaling or talking it out with a trusted friend can help you sort through the noise. As you practice trusting your intuition, you'll notice it showing up in unexpected ways. Maybe you'll have a dream that feels oddly significant, or you'll get a sudden urge to take action on something. These moments are your inner voice speaking. For example, I heard a story about a woman who felt an inexplicable urge to cancel a trip. She later learned there was a major storm where she was headed. Coincidence? Maybe. But the more you listen, the more you'll notice these moments aren't so random. Let's talk about intuition in the context of personal growth. When you trust your inner voice, you're more likely to take risks that align with your true self. Maybe it's starting a new hobby, ending a toxic relationship, or pursuing a dream you've shelved for years. Intuition helps you step into your authenticity. It's like a bridge between who you are now and who you're meant to become. The more you lean into it, the more you'll feel aligned with your purpose. If you're still skeptical, consider this. Intuition has been a survival tool for humans for millennia. Before we had language or logic, our ancestors relied on gut instincts to avoid danger or find food. That wiring is still in us. Modern life might have dulled it, but it's there, waiting to be awakened. By practicing the steps we've discussed, stillness, body awareness, small trusts, and creative play, you can strengthen this ancient skill and make it a reliable guide. Before we wrap up, let's do a quick exercise to connect with your intuition right now. Take a moment to close your eyes and breathe deeply. Think of a question or decision you're facing. It could be big or small. Now, ask yourself, what does my inner voice say? Don't force an answer. Just notice what comes up. It might be a word, a feeling, or even a color. Sit with it for a moment. This simple check-in can become a habit, helping you tap into your intuition whenever you need it. As you move forward, remember that unlocking your intuition is a journey. It's not about being perfect or always getting it right. It's about building a relationship with yourself, one where you trust your inner voice as a wise friend. Start small, stay curious, and give yourself permission to listen. Over time, you'll find that your intuition isn't just a fleeting feeling. It's a powerful guide that can lead you to a more authentic, fulfilling life. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this helpful, try one of the practices we discussed, maybe a moment of stillness or a quick journal session, and see what insights emerge. Your inner voice is waiting to be heard. Keep listening, and I'll see you next time.